video, I thought I would show you all my suggested pages for winter coloring. These are just some of the pages and books that I would like to color in the winter times. Obviously, I'm not going to get to coloring all of them because there are a myriad of coloring pages. However, I do want to give you some inspiration and show you some of my thoughts for the next few months. Obviously in December I'm going to focus a lot more on Christmas coloring pages as well as winter pages, but in the meantime these are the books that I am going to be dipping in and out of. So I'm going to clear my books to one side and I will get started showing you. Alright, so first up we have Kanoka Igusa's Kingdom of Curious Creatures. And I found, interestingly enough, this English edition works really well with Black Widow pencils. So if you do have Black Widow pencils and this book, I highly suggest giving them a shot and letting me know what you think. Right, so on this side of the this book, we see beautiful little chipmunks. At least I think they're chipmunks. They look like it to me, or maybe they're squirrels. We've got pine cones, acorns, berries, mistletoe. We have some poinsettia and some snowflakes. So a lovely, beautiful wreath here. Really worth doing in beautiful Christmas colors. Maybe some soft bluey greens, grays, and reds could work really well with. Throw in a bit of brown. You could even take a white pen and dot on the pine cone so that it looks like it's been a bit spray painted. So that is a lovely page for winter coloring. And then I have another one. Nope, I do not have another one. Okay, so that is Kingdom of Curious Creatures by Kanoka Igusa, which is also known as Menuet Debonair. Then in Rhapsody in the Forest or Garden of Fairy Tale Animals, we have a couple of options here. So we have this beautiful and really detailed double page spread. And I think these circles here are also just ideas for either a bouquet background or showing you how far out the light source is going to go. Obviously you've got a lot of candle light here, so it'll be very, very detailed. So yes, I do think that the circles are just guidelines for light source. So that's an option for you. And then another winter option is this page here with the two foxes going ice skating. Now, if you want to be a bit more artistic, you could always draw them on an ice rink with a lovely backdrop in the background. Just play with your perspective to get it accurate. So that is another option for you. So those are two ideas I've had out of Garden of Fairy Tale Animals by Kanoka Igusa. Next we have the Flower Yura coloring book by Layla Dooley, and in here we have just very beautiful pictures. So this front page introduces us to December. Then we have the bird surrounded by nature, leaves and berries over here. Beautiful arrangement of evergreens, pine cones, holly. We've got a mistletoe wreath, and here a small little section where we can color in mistletoe. All right, and then at the end of the book, you've got all the write-up on each plant and bird or creature, so that you can easily reference it and find the colors, especially if you want to do realism. But if we go back to the beginning of the book, we come to January, and January is still winter, but here we're starting to see crocuses emerge. We have snowdrops, so we're getting a much larger variety of flowers coming up. And you've got these separate beautiful flowers here. So January really kicks you off with really beautiful flowers. Here you've got a crocus. And then we move into February. And here we're starting to get a little bit more flowers coming through. So we're getting, I think, daisies and dandelions starting to come out. Let me check. Just now I tell you the wrong flowers. So February we have, yeah, daisy, cotswoods and primroses. Then buried ivy. So here we've got some ivy and blue tits. So here's some more, and I love that they have it all named so we know exactly what's what. And then we move into March. Now March is still cold, but I think it's a lot more spring. So in March you've got your daffodils and your dandelions really coming out. You've still got your crocuses. So you do have a larger variety of pictures to color in. But I'd say that by the time you get to mid-March, you've probably started moving out of winter and more into spring. But I'm showing you March just in case you fancy a bit more color. So these are suggestions for winter coloring in the flower year by Layla Dooley. Obviously you could skip March, you could do any of them. You don't have to color this book in order. This is just some suggestions for winter coloring with a bit more touch with nature and a bit more color than maybe just coloring snow. Let's face it, coloring snow, as great fun as it is, it can get boring after a while. So I hope that these are some very interesting and helpful suggestions for you. In Die Welt unter der Lupe Landy by Rita Berman, there are a couple of pages in here you can do. So I picked out the deer dressed up in a beautiful scarf with some holly berries and other berries. So you can do very gentle colorings here. And then on the other side you have the Arctic hare. And again, you could do either very vibrant or muted colors. You can see here my chalk pastel from this page is spread through, so should come off with a bit of an eraser. Of course, you do have the snowflakes, so you could do almost like a puzzle effect going on here and create a beautiful sort of effect. You could even maybe take a stars and just create stars and have everything else blank. So those are some options for you out of Die Welt unter der Lupe Landy by Rita Berman. In Romantic Country, The First Tale by Ailie, we do have a few options in here. So our winter option is this beautiful page over here. You could do a nighttime scene, you could do a daytime scene. It's really up to you. I'm inclined to kind of give it a bit of a dark night scene where the children have gone and done their shopping, they're coming home, and it's time for dinner. Of course, you do have presents, so this could be also a Christmas page, and you might see this page come up in my video for Christmas suggestions. The other thing you could do are any page that is internal with a fireplace. That would work, because in winter, I don't know about you, but I love to be warm and cozy and snug. So hot beverages, fires indoors, they all kind of remind me of that. So I might also go and look for coloring pages with that feel. So for example, this page here in the library, you've got the roaring fire, the cats, looks all cozy, you've got candles. So I would definitely look at something like that. But I think that is it in this book. So that is a couple of suggestions out of Romantic Country, the first tale by Ailie. In Country Charm by Teresa Goodrich, I have one page left, but I will show you my other winter pages. So obviously I've got this web that I could do. I wouldn't mind doing that in the winter. This is a page that I've completed. So if you haven't colored that page, that's a great page. And then there's this page. So yeah, I would do quite a gloomy kind of page, because these animals don't look very happy to be standing outside in the snow, and it does look snowing. So those are some suggestions out of Country Charm by Teresa Goodrich. In Lizzie Mary Cullen's The Magical City, there is one page I would love to do, and I keep showing it to you because I keep hoping that at some point I'm actually going to get round to coloring it, and it is this Northern Lights one here. I've seen people do it with a snow backdrop, and I actually think it would look really lovely if it had snow. And also you've got these sort of spaces here and over here, which kind of gives the impression that it's been snowing. So this page is a option for you if you haven't already colored it. So that is Lizzie Mary Cullen's The Magical City, a coloring book. And then we have Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Klett. A really, really fun book to color in, very whimsical. I try not to think too much about the coloring book and more about enjoying the process and experimenting. So I've marked, as you can see, there's quite a few options for us in this book. So if you haven't done this page, you could do this one. Then we have these snowmen. I would do this as a poinsettia. Then you've got the gnomes ice skating. Again, it's a lovely winter scene. It's not even related to Christmas, so lovely to color in February or even January. And the same with this one. They're just having fun in the snow, going snow sledding. Again, here we've got the gnomes building a snowman, so that can happen December, January, even February, depending on where you live. And then again here we've got the gnomes with their snow ladies. So again, really, really lovely pages to color in during the winter, and I often find coloring gnomes makes me cheer up and feel quite happy. I try not to use Prismacolor pencils on this paper. I find my Prismacolors go down very quickly, so I try to base this paper with different mediums. I try to use water-based markers, water-based mediums, so water paints, ink tans, Neocolor 2s, or alcohol markers as a base, and sometimes even to blend them up. So if you look on this page, these trees I did with alcohol markers, and I blended it out with alcohol markers. So a very fun way of using markers. And you can do anything on these pages, from glitter to all sorts of different embellishments, and it really just is a lot of fun. So I'm hoping to really work a lot more on these pages in the next few months. So that is Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Klett. Then we have Fragile Worlds by Kirby Rosanas, and I had a couple in here I thought would be good. So this is a WIP I need to finish, and it is the narwhal page. It's very icy and cold, so it's really, really great for winter time. Then we have, you could, if you haven't already colored in the red panda, you could color in the red panda, but I'm probably going to work on the leopard here and probably see if I can use the same sort of colors and just put it on the side. So I'll need to just remember what I used, but I think it should be very, very doable, and will look really, really beautiful. It shouldn't take too long to do. The fur on the leopard will probably take the longest. And then right in the front there was, I think this is a snow leopard. So there is this beautiful double page spread, which is also really, really great for a winter scene. So those are my 2 recommendations for Fragile World by Kirby Rosanas. Next up we have Alien Worlds, also by Kirby Rosanas, and in here there are a couple of cold or icy scenes to color in. So here we've got this page where the creatures are in crystals during hibernation and then they come out. You also have on this side this alien creature within like a crystal type world. And if you read at the back of the book, Kirby Rosanas actually gives a bit of a write-up, and he's explaining how here we have creeping crystals. So you could do cold crystals or warm crystals, it's up to you. Then on page 64 we have frozen waste. So this is a planet that is actually covered in ice. So you've got the like a northern light thing going on here. This would be like very frosty kind of colors, and then you could have a very dark background and create almost like a nebula. So I think that could be rather lovely to color. And then here we have, if I go look at the back, Alien Oddities. So these are snow creatures. So again, here you could do a lot of snow sort of things. You've got the northern light sort of thing going on, but you don't have to do it green. You could do it pink or any sort of color, because it is fantasy, so you get to make it up. Then on here, which is the next double page, well, it's 2 separate pages. So here we have snow creatures here, and then on this side we have an ice hunter. So the inhabitant of the planet riding like a snowy beast in a snow sort of frozen wasteland. So those are some icy, wintry kind of feel pages that you could do in Alien Worlds if you are interested in that. And I might give one of them a go. We'll see how it goes. So that is Alien Worlds by Kirby Rosanas. And then finally, we have Mythographic Frozen Fantasies, which is all very wintry and filled with crystals and different sorts of pages. So you could color in any page on this in this book, and you would be for a way as far as winter pages go. However, I have bookmarked a couple of pages I would like to do, and hopefully I could get to doing. So we've got this ice dragon around like a building or a castle. I quite like it. I've seen it done by Colouring with Elaine, and she did a really spectacular job as always. Then here I have a whip, which I'm actually currently filming for you. So I don't want to release the videos until I've completed the page, because I want to make sure that you get the full Colour Along series quite quickly, and you're not waiting around for me to get in the mood for it. So I'm busy doing this with Black Widow pencils, and again they do work really lovely on this paper. So that is a whip I need to finish this winter. And then this beautiful little hibernating squirrel is another page I would love to color in. I want to do it very dark blues and browns, maybe like reddish browns and brown ochres and terracottas and all of that. So really looking forward to coloring this one. And I think there are some ice crystals along here as well, so I'll need to look and see where is ice and where is a tree. Another one I'd like to do is the penguins. I really think they're really pretty. I don't know if I would do all the planets, but I might. And then we have this one, which is actually really could be a winter page or it could be a Christmas page. I most inclined to consider it as a Christmas page because of the fact that it's a reindeer and it's got bells, and I think it could look really, really sweet. So you will see this page in my recommended pages for Christmas coloring video. But that is the end of my selection of books recommendations for winter. Thank you so much everyone for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the winter pages I'm considering coloring or choosing from over the next few months as we go into winter and hopefully come out of winter. I'm probably by about the end of February, March going to start coloring more spring pages. Just depends on my mood. As you know by now, if you've been around on the channel for a little bit, I am not very good at actually coloring what I think about. I tend to color based on my mood, so my coloring pages can often be very different to my suggested pages at the end of the month, but at least it gives you some ideas if you're not sure what you want to color this month. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Until next time everyone, take care. Happy coloring.